but I have it planned out on paper. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Hopefully at some point tonight would you be able to send me a draft or at least what you have?
Yeah.
That way I can at least see that. Okay.
Let's see. Excuse us while we update social media.
Yeah, it'll be much easier once we actually get computers. Rather
Yeah.
than literally holding this channel together with duct tape and glue.
Well, I have a computer. It's just I'm waiting for us to get brand name social media so I can set up bots so that they can just disperse it on everything.
Yeah. Alright. Perfect. Oh, no. I'm disconnected. Fuck. How do I reconnect?
Probably just close down the app and reopen it, maybe.
No. Uh, why does this always have to be so difficult? Okay, let's try closing out some of these other apps, shall we?
Oh, you people are never closing down your apps.
I usually only keep like maybe 2 or 3 open. Things that I'm
Yeah.
currently working on at the moment. Okay, let's see. Uh... There we go. Perfect. What?
Oh, just Twitter. It's being
So,
odd.
since we've been gone, I've done a little bit. Don't notice by the playtime, but did some exploring, found some stuff, did some things, got a couple more pins
Yes.
and some notches, or they're called badges. I call them pins because I'm so used to playing The World Ends with You. But
Pins, badges, something of that effect.
got just a few new pins, just a couple, not very many, but
Oh
um,
God.
yeah, I've been busy. I've been busy. I also managed
Uh,
to upgrade the sword, and I'm hoping that we can upgrade the Dream Needle at some point, but I don't want to do that just yet.
what the hell is
Uh,
that needle nose badge?
the what? Needle nose? Needle nose.
Yeah.
Oh, this one? It spawns little me's,
Hmm.
but it requires
Hmm.
soul to use. It's mainly for like more mage builds, and
Mm-hmm.
this is actually the first game I've ever played where I've favored a warrior build over a mage build.
Hmm.
Uh, Strictly because the soul management that you have to have for it
Mm-hmm.
is, ugh, it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Since your life is the same as your spellcasting abilities.
mm-hmm. So I've marked out a couple of important places for us to go. Red is specific bosses, gold is storyline, and silver is story elements. Or world build, or no, blue is world building. Which
Okay.
would you like to do first?
Uh, Go for some stories since last time we went straight into bosses.
Story? Alright. You want story or you want world building?
Uh, World building.
World building? Alright, so that is going to take us over to the Kingdom's Edge. Which means I need to go to the King Station. Alright.
Whole other side of the map, eh?
It's very easy to get to now that I took that time, or I took the 4 days off we had to get more familiar with the area and figure out exactly how to get to certain places. I did my
I gotcha.
research whilst all the while searching for badges and shit. So I've become intimately familiar with these places, but the only issue is that I wanted to go farther and I had so many different things that I wanted to do but
Mm-hmm.
it required me actually going in and discovering things without you, which I didn't
I
want to
got
do.
you.
But yeah, so
At least you got past it without triggering those things. I would have triggered them and been like, oh crap.
like I said, I know the area intimately. I know where I'm going. Let's see. Yeah, we want to go in here. So, no, we don't want to go in here. Never mind. We have to go in a little bit higher up. I forgot about that. Do you remember what I told you about this place?
Um,
Or what did we talk about last time concerning like what you thought of the world?
I know we covered a lot of topics, like as to, you know, what was deteriorating this world and if it was us or the Hollow Knight or that's the main thing I remember is us discussing what kind of makes this whole world so decrepit.
Mm-hmm. So, what did you think it was?
I thought it was either something that like the Hollow Knight is holding within himself, or it's, you know, maybe something the three protectors weren't, those protective beings, I guess you could say, weren't being exactly truthful about. Those were my
Watchers.
two top ones. Yeah, Watchers. Those
Yeah.
were my top two theories. I don't know if they were anywhere close to the mark, but
Don't remember that far back, huh? Can't
let me
look at
think
the
what
past
else.
stream. That's cheating.
I'm not. I've got your
Sure
stream
you're
pulled up full screen, so I can't even look at anything else.
not. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, there definitely is something corrupting this world. And it does have something to do with the Hollow Knight. You had a bit of a breakthrough the last time we were here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you really capitalized on exactly what it was. Or really talked about it, I guess? No, I'm in the wrong room.
Yeah, I remember the emotion, but not the content, if that makes any sense. Like I
You
remember
remember
you kind of.
figuring it out, but you can't put your word on, or your finger on how. Or what
Mm-mm.
you figured out. This way. I'm just dancing with these things.
That's all this game is one elaborate dance.
So here's the trick question: are we the
Mhm.
hero or the villain?
This is very true. I mean, of course, it's assumed that you're the hero since, you know, you're coming here and defeating all these. Well, I guess they are just bosses. They don't exactly have to be bad bosses.
Yeah, they're just bugs like everyone else. Everything else has been hostile towards us.
Mm. I do remember there being something about uh, like rebelling against the king. Like not everybody took his rule as sovereign.
The mantises were ones, and the residents of Deep Nest were the other.
Jump
So,
straight into that one.
look at this guy. Isn't he cute?
Oh, that is cute. He's
Bardoon.
so fat.
Orm, tiny thing, you climb high, seek then knowledge of these lands. This ashen place is grave of worm. Once told it came to die, but when is death for an ancient being? More transformation, methinks. This failed kingdom is a product of the being spawned from that event. So, we're learning about higher beings here. What can you draw from that?
So what event was he saying that the
This
everything was
area,
spawned from?
he said, this area here is the grave of a worm.
Hmm.
But what is death to a god? More transformation, methinks. This land is a product of what came out of that transformation. Now, what do you think about that?
Death to a god.
Say,
So is it trying to justify to us that the kind of decayed state of this world is merely a transformation into it being decayed, or
no. He's saying. How do I put this? How do I put this in a way that will. Oh, this is rather unsettling, rather invasive. Oh, interesting. I can't read his mind yet. But what he's
invasive?
basically saying that the place that we're in right now, Kingdom's
Mhm.
Edge, is the resting place for a god. But since gods can't necessarily die, what he presumes happened is the god transformed. They're known as worms. And that worm is what built this entire city, or what built this
Mhm.
entire land. So who
Mhm.
is the ultimate power in this land?
Well, I would assume a word, the worm, if we're going down that line of logic.
Well, I mean, who? Well, who is the worm then?
Have we seen the worm yet?
We've heard about him. Think about it. The ultimate power in this land is the person who controls almost everyone.
Mhm.
Two and two together here, mate.
So,
What is a ruler also called?
ruler, king, lord.
There you go. So what can you draw from those hints?
So are we trying to say that the no?
What? Finish your thought.
Well, with it being so, like, is this supposed to be the graveyard of the king then?
The graveyard of the king before he transformed.
Before he transformed.
Whenever he was a worm, he was considered a god, and then he transformed into, more likely than not, something more powerful, and became the king of this world, and used his knowledge to build this world.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm trying to think, like, hmm.
What do you
I think I
think?
may be trying to draw too many lines back to the Hollow Knight because I was thinking maybe he would be like the catalyst of that transition.
You are way off the mark, my friend. He's not the
Yeah.
catalyst. Think about it. The black egg exists to keep something imprisoned.
Hmm.
We don't know what that
Oh,
thing
so you're,
is, but we are seeing the beginning of the story here. What we're looking at right here is the very, very beginning of the story.
hmm.
In this world, there exist bugs, and above bugs, there exists these godlike beings known as worms. One godlike being managed to transcend what would be called a godlike being and become something even greater. And he became the king and built this place.
Okay.
So that plus the knowledge that we get from the Elder in the Forgotten Crossroads is that something in this place has been driven to madness and has been tainted.
So you think the Black Egg is, well, no, I think we already know that the Black Egg's holding the Hollow Knight, but I was gonna conjecture that, it'd be holding the king.
Well, if the king created this place, why would they need to hold him down?
Yeah, this is true.
Barking up the wrong tree, my friend. Like the entirely wrong
Yeah,
tree. The enemy, the true enemy in this game hasn't really been revealed yet. In all honesty, that's the reason why I'm trying to get the best ending, because the best ending
Mhm.
explains everything, if you know how to
Okay.
look for it.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go over the next piece of dialogue. This guy is basically just exposition for what's going on in this place.
Okay.
Is it bothering you about my tail? Rest is somewhat disturbed, but I feel that sensation not unpleasant. He's talking about. You remember the little thing that we saw hanging out at the top of one of the places down here? That whenever we hit it, we
As
heard
you
a little
slapped a
groaning?
couple times.
Mm-hmm. That's his
Yeah.
tail.
Hmm.
And let's see. We are currently way up here. His tail is right around here. Let's think about that.
Hmm. Hmm.
He's a really big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit.
This falling ash is molt. The worm's corpse is decaying, endless, serene, sad. With its like gone, the world is smaller. So all this little white stuff that you see is just flecks of the Great One falling from up high, which I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can't really get to, or no, I got to it. It's all the way up here at Crystal Peak at Hallownest Crown.
Hmm.
I'll have to show you that at some point. Well, we're gonna go up there to fight a boss later, so I'll show you then. Just put it down in the notes or something to remind me to take you to Hallownest Crown.
Okay.
Don't mistake. I am not a worm. Orm. Too small, I am. Too many limbs. No foresight like those old things. So keep in mind, this guy is literally bigger than this entire shaft right here. And he
Mhm.
says he's too small to be a worm. Does that put into perspective exactly how powerful these beings could be?
Yeah. I'd be half tempted to say that maybe this is like the whole inner workings of a worm that we're like,
Oh no.
the
No,
worm encompasses our world. So nothing like that.
no. This place is 100% set in the real world with no flesh and bony bits to disturb it.
Okay. Yeah, true. That would be a little bit abstract.
Yeah. For quiet retreat did I climb up here, away from spitting creatures, or, yes, high up, away from simple minds lost to light. Theirs is different kind of unity, rejection of the worm's attempt at order. I resist the light's allure. Union it may offer, but also a mind bereft of thought. To instinct alone is a bug reduced. So here we have two different things that we see. We saw him break away from the darkness, or we saw him break away from the ancient basin, which is this place that's full of nothing but darkness, right? Like this place
Mhm.
was completely dark whenever we went up here.
Mhm.
But he's also trying to avoid going up here into the Crystal Peak because he doesn't like the light. The
Yeah.
light does bring unification, but at the loss of your mind.
Pretty much it's a hive mind up there, more or less.
Mm-hmm. It brings unification, but at the loss of a higher insight. So we've seen that him, as well as a couple of the other people, its rest I'll return to, though in these times oft proves uneasy. Anyways, so he doesn't want to go up to Crystal Peak, but he doesn't want to be down at the bottom because the darkness is just as bad as the light.
Mhm.
So the conclusion we can draw from there is more likely than not that the darkness is where he came from, but he doesn't want to go to the light. That means that at some point If he came from darkness, that means that at some point light was introduced. And with light came what?
Well, oh, so like light came with elimination of the self, I guess?
Which
Is that what you're
caused,
going at?
yep, which caused every bug in this place to turn into mindless creatures, except for the Mantis Village. Now, what was so special about the Mantis Village? Do you remember?
Mm, I just know they're independent and they are kind of close to the, uh, I don't want to say the abyss, but close to the bottom of everything. So I
Ancient
assume,
Basin.
they'd be closer to darkness.
Well,
Well, and I do remember they were considered quite a proud race, if that's of any bearing.
well, independent is the word you're looking for. The Mantis Village cut themselves off completely, which is, remember whenever we first got there, we had to go through these little different areas and basically force our way open?
Hmm.
The Mantis Village itself is completely cut off from the rest of this place, which means that they were the only ones that weren't affected by this, let's just call it this radiance
Hmm.
that blinded, that while it unified everyone, it also turned them back into mindless bugs.
Hmm.
Is the story starting to make some form of sense?
Yeah, it justifies why everybody's so hostile, but
What questions are left unanswered?
I don't see where the king is still involved in all this. Like, of course,
Well,
I imagine since everybody was unified under him, then that would have some bearing.
well, think about
But
this. Bardu has intelligence. He crawled out of the darkness, which means that
Mhm,
darkness was already here before the light
mhm,
came. For the
mhm,
darkness to be here before the light came also means that the king had to be here before
mhm,
the light came.
mhm.
So what can you draw from that?
So basically, the light is something external from the king, and I just need to stop trying to connect those two at least.
I kept telling you, you're barking up the wrong tree whenever you're going after the king being the villain.
Okay. um, okay, so I'm correct in that aspect. Hmm. I don't know. Like, I see how all these things connect, but I just don't get the origins of these things.
Which things?
Like, I get that the darkness was first, and then that must. So, darkness would be attributed to the order of this place, and then light would be attributed to the chaos that's ensuing. But I don't know what would be like the creator of such light, I guess.
Well, like I said, we haven't seen the main villain yet. We haven't been
Yeah,
introduced
this
to
is
it
true.
yet. So we have our main story here. The king came into this world and created everything.
Hmm.
And, or rather, he gave the world the intelligence that it has or had at one point. And then something happened, something cataclysmic, catastrophic even, that gave them light. And in
And the
turn,
light was alluring, but at the same time, it pretty much consumes you into a hive mind.
it consumes you into the hive mind and makes you lose all sense of self. Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm going to challenge your etymology here real quick and ask you, what is really a... What do we know in not only in this game has a connection with light, but is also
Mhm.
like absurdly attracted to it?
I don't know. If we're going off the whole bug thing, I'd assume moths have something to do with it.
What do we see? What kind of bug do we see that hasn't really been here?
Oh, so Okay, so is our enemy like just one giant moth, I guess? That okay, so they may like there may be like a whole moth race that created the light, and that was their uh I don't know how to put it, like I don't want to say God, but like how their part of the world was ran, and then, going off the stereotype that light is usually, comforting and warm and, gives you everything you may desire, then, it could be kind of contrived that all the other bugs would start being uh, driven to it instead of the kingdom, and that's how it kind of, I don't know, not a rebellion per se, but,
An
kind of an
assimilation.
undermining of his rule. Yeah.
Well, maybe there is a particular reason why we don't have any of the moths left in this world.
So are you trying to say that they are the ruling power at this moment, or?
I'm saying they're connected to it somehow, because think about it. The last person, or the person that we know is connected to the light, is the moth. The
Hmm.
last moth elder. And she
Hmm.
said she was the very last of her race. There's a reason why they died out, but nobody's really sure why.
Hmm. Oh, so the moths aren't even here anymore. It's just the light they created.
Mm-hmm. So what do we know about civilizations that go under? They're just based off of history.
Hmm.
Like Pompeii, Atlantis, things like that.
Well, I would attribute most of that to natural disaster, but
Well, let's
well,
take
would it be
realism
like
out of it
killing
for a
yourself with
second.
good intentions?
Good intentions, as well as playing with a force that you aren't really familiar with. It's like take the movie of Atlantis, for example.
Hmm.
The reason why they sank under the ocean is because the crystal grew out of control. They thought they could harness its power, but they didn't really understand it.
Hmm.
So with the moths, maybe they found this radiance, we'll call it, and it proved to be something that they thought they could control and harness, but in actuality they couldn't.
Hmm. So once they finally die out and have zero grip on the situation, then they die out, and then it starts leaking into the rest of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, take another look at the map. Right up here we have Crystal Peak. Way down here we have the City of Tears. And then, according to the worm, where everything originated was the Ancient Basin, or
Hmm.
possibly even lower than that. It is very possible that since the moths were up here, doing their own thing, they had that hive mind, that assimilation, that light, but it grew out of control and doomed all of them to death, and it just trickled down from there.
Hmm.
Starting at the Forgotten Crossroads or the Resting Grounds, and then eventually going as far as Deep Nest or the Ancient Basin.
Hmm.
I'm going after more story, by the way. Or,
Okay.
it's more of a side thing, really, but
See, and I'm trying to wrap this around us too, because like I
there.
imagine that it's supposed to be heavily implied that, we have like both lightness and darkness about us, because, your light white mask and then, your black body that comes out every time you die.
Very clever, very persuasive. But I won't confirm or deny it. But since we are the protagonist of this story, not necessarily the hero or the villain, there is a
Hmm.
very likely chance that we are related somewhere. Or that we are related somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, more Owen Wilson mushrooms.
Yeah. The only problem I find with that theory of us is the fact that, the black part of us is hostile. I know it's supposed to be light. That's supposed to be the hostile aspect of us, or of the world in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, think about it in Dark Souls lore. The reason why people started fearing the Abyss is because they started challenging it and it fought back.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it necessarily was evil to begin with, it was just a victim, possibly a victim of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the pygmies in it. Shining figure so bright. Please, don't leave me behind. You forget about me? I knew you would. Everyone always forgets about me. Oh, who are you? Your face. You're so... I'm sorry, I got lost. I don't know how I ended up here. You came here to rescue me. Bretta, the girl that everyone just ignores? Sorry, when I look at your face, I just can't believe you came all the way here to rescue me. I don't think anybody... Sorry, thank you. I'd better go. Back to town. I'd better get home. So there we go. Another piece of story. Smaller piece, but a piece of story nonetheless.
Yeah.
So we were talking. What was the point we were on? Messing with forces.
I was just...
Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry,
that they aren't inherently evil, but they're just kind of put in those circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and aside from the shade, we also have yet to actually see what this darkness is capable of. We know that whenever the Hollow Knight dies, he turns into the shade, but that's only after he's been pushed literally past his limit.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it seems to be very easily contained.
See, and that's also why I think we could be like a manifestation of both, because, our helmet or head or
Shell.
whatever part of us this is, yeah, our shell is obviously, part of the light, because for one thing, it just inherently lights up the world, but at the same time, the fact that, our dark part is hostile towards it, maybe that's...
Some sort of internal conflict, perhaps?
Yeah, like it is our independent part of ourselves, and that's why it doesn't, like the other half, because it's part of that hive mind.
Possibly, but then again, I think it's pretty safe to say that we aren't the same as the rest of these creatures, or as the rest of these bugs. We are the only ones who
Yeah.
reincarnate.
Yeah, but at the same time, while we're having this helmet on, we are, well, no. I was about to say we are, harming all these other creatures and, killing them off, but at the same time, those creatures consumed by the light aren't, hostile to each other, so that kind of undermines that part.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the same time, we also act with at least some form of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for a reason. We came back for a reason. We're not aimlessly wandering around doing fuck all, essentially.
Oh, so we did come back. We were originally a part of this place. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he says to return, or whoever we're talking about did say we are returning from here. We had to have come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, this is the fastest way to nest. Ugh. Wait, no, it's not. I forgot about that. Back to King Station. But, yeah. we did return here somehow, some way. We did come here from the King's Path. We made it over here, and we came here for some mission. So we clearly do have some intelligence, and we also have the intelligence to fight with strategy and with collect charms and help rescue people and do things for specific mission purposes.
True.
So it seems like whatever we are... Well, actually, you remember the little mining bug at Crystal Peaks?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how much differently she's acting now that she's been in here for a while? Because she got here about the same time we did.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I really don't know like where that's going still. I feel like there's gonna be something happening to that beetle.
I can't get in there yet. I have to go do something that I've been wanting to do, but haven't been wanting to make you miss out on it. But so she herself actually does stand as proof that we also don't fit in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she's able to be affected by whatever radiance thing is going on here, whatever light thing is going on here, then surely we should be able to as well, if we were bugs.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember you keep insisting that we aren't a bug.
Well, I mean, it also seems like the more into the game we go, we stray further and further from, that moniker of insect.
Mm-hmm.
Because there have been, I don't know if you remember seeing them or not, but there have been very, very blatant insinuations that we aren't the same as the bugs. Saying things like ours is a cursed existence, or ours is one born of light and void, and things like that.
So we're not like some sort of reincarnate of a worm, are we?
No. Worms,
Okay. 'Cause that...
as far as I remember from the lore, worms are essentially just like the penultimates. Kind of like the ancient ones in... kind of like the ancient ones in Bloodborne. It's very, very hard for you to become one.
Okay. I was just thinking, since, that's how the king came into being, I didn't know if that would be, the same for us in kind of a diluted manner, or...
No, not exactly. Because remember, the king can't die.
Yeah, this is true. Well, neither can we, in a sense, if that black part of us is still us,
True. So maybe there are some similarities. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the king and ourselves are two completely different beings. Because even even Balrog, I want to say his name was, the big worm guy. Whoa, what the? Hello. Are you seeing this, Geo?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see who that person is, shall we? Oh, he's gone. Well, that was weird. Something tells me there's a breakable wall right here. Haha! I'm a genius. Hello? Are you the same guy? He's looking up. Huh.
Can you go and meet up with him again?
He's gone.
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be to any avail, but...
Breakable wall. No little treasures. Unbreakable wall? Nope. So I guess we continue forward. That's interesting. Never seen that before. Hello! Hey, get back here! Huh.
Let's run it off this time.
Yeah. He's in motion. Whoa! What the? Oh. Well. No turning back now!
Hmm.
Oh. Oh. Something tells me this isn't gonna be pleasant. Whoa! Okay! Okay!
Somebody's not happy. Oh,
Hello, Nosk! How are you doing? Whoa! Ow.
okay.
Ugh. Ugh. Heal. Ugh. Ugh. Jesus. Well, that was interesting. Alright.
Well,
Well,
anglerfish mechanic going on again.
yep. Now that I know I'm fixing to enter a boss fight, let's change things up a bit, shall we? Wait, what was that? Sprint master. Okay, no, I don't need that. I need the quick slash, long nail. Oh, can't equip it. Fuck it. Bye, long nail. Or, bye, dash master. Hello, long nail. So we see our next boss fight. Nosk. Does he? He seems like an interesting fellow, to say the least. Good night.
Sitting in a graveyard of bugs.
Yep. Maybe it's like a Venus flytrap. Or no, not a Venus flytrap. I don't know, like a I don't know. Mimic? No, that can't be the right word.
Yeah, somewhat.
Oh yeah, I forgot I don't have Gathering Swarm on.
Yeah, you actually have to pick up your money now. God forbid.
Yep. Scaly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if there is a way to open... Yes, there is. Cool. So what I'm wearing right now is the warrior build that I told you about. It basically gives me the maximum amount of range and the maximum amount of DPS per second for being able to slash. It cuts down my animation and recovery time by about 20%. So I can attack much faster than I did. Whoa! Straight out the gate, huh? There we go. Alright. Ugh, fuck you. 2, 3. Ah, that was gonna hit me regardless. Okay. Where are you? What the? Oh god! That's unexpected. Okay.
Death from above.
Yep. No! Ugh. Okay, so every time he does that little exhale thing, he's changing his attack pattern. Ow! I thought that was my ass. Ow! Fuck you! Ah! Okay. Well, that's an interesting boss fight, to say the least.
You know, it really makes me wonder if this is an actual graveyard as I was first led to believe, or if those are just like masks that he's put together.
Those are what?
Like masks that he's put together. Like, you know, because you notice there's different sorts of creatures back there, not just, you know, stuff that looks like us. I'm thinking maybe he switches those out.
It is quite possible. You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to keep Long Nail. I'm going to give up Mark Pride so that I can get quick focus. Allow for faster healing. Like I said, I found some really useful ones in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's got me. Ugh. Okay. But, yeah, I found a mask shard, and I found that, which helps out immensely.
How close are you to your next mask?
4 pieces. But I'm 1 piece away from
Pieces.
getting my next soul piece.
Nice.
So I'm going to have to play this one a little bit closer to the chest than I'm used to with these. But at the price of being able to... Oh, Jesus! Healed. Ugh. Ugh. I'm dead. Jesus. That was a horrible fucking pattern. Ugh.
There's just something about that dash that's so creepy. Like you're focusing on killing the black part of yourself, and then, you know, oof.
Mm-hmm. Boof. Just like a bolt from the blue. Oy. But yeah. No, there's... So, would he be an insect?
A what?
Would he be an insect?
Mm. See, I never know with bosses, because, like, no, they don't follow the patterns of, you know, other bugs or anything, but I don't know, with the switching out of the whole, you know, face mask sort of thing, I don't know.
Whoa! Right here. Stop it! Thank you. Right here. Dash is so fast now! Well, he does have a mimic of you, or of the knight,
Mhm.
in the back. If you take a close look, he's actually got a couple of them. If you take a close look,
Mhm.
I'm seeing like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it interesting too that he's like a corruption, sort of a corruption beast too.
He looks a lot like you.
Yeah.
But
See, that's another thing I'm interested in too. Is like, are we the only sort of being that we are?
well, I mean, I think that background proves exactly what, or proves Or answers that question. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
This
keep
is
wanting
true.
to put proves in there for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't even like the word. Come here. Before Nos choke. Fuck! Ugh. Hey guys, I heard you were fighting. Whoa! Damn it.
I want to play.
Right there. Nope. Ugh. Always get hit by that. Oh! Sniped! Jesus. Okay. Do I have something that would be better for this? I want to keep the quick slash, but maybe I can take that off for something else. No. 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 It's more for mage builds than anything. You know what? I'm gonna take off Long Nail and I'm gonna quit Balder Shell. Maybe a little bit more defense in my thing will be what I need.
Yeah. I always want to suggest defense, but like I know you kind of play, hard and fast, so
Well, you have to be fast for this, for a lot of the shit in this game.
well, yeah.
You gotta go fast.
Best offense is good defense, my friend.
Best defense is a good offense. But I can't keep up with him. I can't.
Yeah.
I'd have to get, like, I'd have to be able to know what I'm doing. Come here, big guy, before Nosk shows up. Fuck! Okay, so 2 shots is what I can get on him. If I'm clever with it. Ow! Ugh. That's the thing that fucks with me the most.
With little orange pellets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There we go. Missed him that time. Maybe if I just hang out in the corner. Ow.
Yeah, make him come to you.
Yep. Ah. Well, he came. Just tank it up. Ugh. For it. Ow. There it is. Wait for him to charge. Alright. There's that. Ah, I fucked that up. Okay. Damn it! I thought I could space it out right. Oh well. Okay, so
It's really just that those pellets like spread on the ground, so it doesn't help you at all.
I think I'm gonna re-equip Dashmaster. Because Balder Shell wasn't really helping me. I need... Yeah, let's go with that. See how that works. Boop. Please try to avoid taking preemptive damage before we even get to the boss fight. Because at least with Dashmaster I can dash down whenever I jump. I don't use it very often, but it's a really good defensive maneuver.
May help you dodge those pellets a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm just not used to their trajectory, because they don't exactly fly in a downward spiral, or in a strictly downward area.
Yeah.
Whew. Barely had enough time for that. Enough time to heal. I should just stay on top of him whenever he enters my corner.
There you go.
Unless he
bouncing on him.
jumps. Ugh. Okay. Take the time. Oh, I got it. And he's going up in the air again. Ah. Maybe this is the time to transfer from corner to corner. Ah. I don't have the essence to heal. Okay. Let's see. That off. Oh wait. In that case... Let's go for a pure heal build, see how that works. I am curious now. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with this guy. I'm wondering if I can dream nail him.
I mean, it's worth the shot.
Before I go in, I'm going to make sure I'm fully healed. Okay. I want to be done with my attack before he dashes, or before he makes his little noise. And now that he's doing that, I go to the other side. He's going to drop down. Since he's running over to the other side, I heal up. Then... Now I switch over. Wait for it. And do that. Wait for it. Drop. Heal. Fuck you. And we wait. And transfer over. Oh, fuck. I didn't think you would hit me there. Okay, transfer over again. Wait for the growl. Okay, transfer over again. Please don't hit me. Damn it. Corner strat seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah! Whoa! First time he didn't dash immediately afterwards. Makes it up with 2 dashes. Okay. Back to the other corner. Damn it! Heal. There's the drop and the charge. Ow. Okay. And drop. Yeah! Alright! I like that pure healing build. That is a beautiful build.
That is nice.
I... Oh. Nothing. Interesting. He drops, my shell cracked. Is he really dead? Got myself some Kaelor. Okay, shit. I can't remember what I was supposed to do from here. There's a very particular thing I want. I'm gonna have to dispatch from chat real quick and go into a 5-second check. So, in the meantime, let us look at the scenery and discuss exactly what we see here. So, Dio, tell me what you see.
Yeah, I'll catch up. Let's see. There's plenty of your favorite grubs here. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what those were. Oh yeah, those were like the hack and slash eyes where their face would open up and everything. And then I want to say 3 little knights that look like us, but I don't know why that one's ears are like super droopy. But
Well, then again, these are really the only ones we've seen that have like a design on them. Most of them have just been like, have mostly just been like, you know, how do I explain it? It's pretty much just been a mask. There's none that have been like, you know, a helmet or a head like ours seems to be.
yeah, this is true. Well, there is the other knight that we keep saving. That's, you know, the
Zote.
pompous asshole.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I could have answered my question of us being unique by seeing him, but I kind of forgot about him until this moment. Yeah, I'd love to know what, you know, grants immunity from the Radiance, as we're calling it, because, you know, there's stuff like your, you know, your equivalent of the Seaward Roach and, you know, all of our merchants and everything, like the cartographer and everything, they don't seem affected. They're just kind of going about their business throughout the world.
Yeah, but then again, they're also not in the abyss in this area very often. They usually stick to the above area.
Yeah. Well, the cartographer is all throughout here.
But he still returns to the surface.
True.
You don't see any of the bugs in here on the surface.
True.
Let's see. Let's go back to chat, shall we? See if we can reconnect while we relax in these nice little hot springs.
I still love that our head design is so special that it's, you know, they have fountains of it as well, so.
Do what?
Oh, I feel like there's some significance to, like, I don't know if it just dings you as a knight or whatever, but just the significance of the head design, that it's, you know, basically a fountain of youth right here.
Yeah. Well, masks do seem to be playing a very specific role in this game. Remind me... Let's see. I've got one thing that I want to do before we actually head to more story progression. We're gonna go fight one more boss in an area we haven't been to before. Or you haven't been to. I have, but you haven't been to.
Yeah.
But remind me whenever I go back to Kingdom's Edge that there's a place at this little bench area that I want to show you.
Okay.
The bottom bench.
Okay.
Okay, back to chat. Anyways.
Still makes me sad that you can't go from like bench to bench.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would make traversing this area a little bit trivial, wouldn't it? Ow.
Yeah, this is true.
I didn't change my loadout. But yeah. This place does seem to be a lot more brutal than the others, though. I will say that much.
Yeah, this is true.
Let's see. Where am I going from here? Right. I need to go back up to King Station and then down in. Well, actually, I don't even need to go to King Station. I can go to. I can just go to the over here and then yeah. All right. I got it. Let's take all these off real quick and re-equip this stuff. There we go.
All the buttons.
All the charms. Well, I actually figured out that there's another mechanic in this game called Overcharm.
hmm How does that even work?
Well, it works like this. So, let's see. I have Mark of Pride.
hmm
Let me rest real quick so I can show you. I have Mark of Pride, which is 3. Let's say I have, well, now I have 3 notches that are open, right?
hmm
So let's say I wanted to equip Soul Eater. I can't do it. But
hmm
if I try enough times, I get Overcharmed. Now what this does is it gives me the charm, but can you guess what the downside is?
Less health? Like you lose a mask, maybe?
You lose, or you take more damage.
Oh.
Double the
Hmm.
damage, in fact.
Oh, good lord.
So, yeah, I don't use Overcharm very often, for obvious reasons.
Everything hits you for 2.
Yep. Everything hits me for 2, and bosses hit me for 4. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see why you avoid that.
Oh, actually, hold on. Hold the fuck up. Yeah, this is exactly where I want to be. Bam. Just like that, we in a new area.
Hmm. It almost looks like you're back in the abyss.
We're pretty close. We are down at the bottom. There we go. In any case, and we're back up. Sorry, I'm trying to talk business with other people. Oh, right, I don't have to collect my money anymore. If I remember correctly, excuse me, sir. Thank you. Nope, that's not the right way. Right. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember anyways.
Sure, a lot of like random rooms in this place.
Mm-hmm. Well, some
Oh,
happen.
this one actually has platforming.
Yep. This one actually had an essence tree that I got while I was searching, because my ultimate goal is to get 1800 essence. That's the goal I'm going for. Like,
And what
no
does that
matter.
give you?
It gives me a nail upgrade.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
Because
I'm still
I'm
getting.
assuming essence always goes towards nail upgrades.
Essence goes towards dreams, the dream stuff, because it helps with the dream nail. I didn't know I could read these guys until just now. What do you say? Stay back. Okay, what do you say? You smell poor. Kill you. So these are like the high society bugs.
Poor.
You smell poor.
You reek of lower class.
Is that chez poor I smell on you? Alright. I lied earlier. Now we're in a new place.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a map for this place yet. Right, I remember you.
It looks kind of cool. I like the coloring scheme of this place.
Yeah?
Oh,
He just gives you rancid eggs.
wow.
Not really too terribly important, considering Geo isn't that big of a concern to me.
Hmm.
So this is whenever we get introduced to new enemies. I call them parasites, because they do weird shit. You'll see even more terrifying ones later on. Oh, trust me, you will see. First time I saw these guys, I fucking shit my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the first example I saw of like a super aggro like enemy. And also just the sounds they make.
Kamikaze grubs.
Yeah, you can call them that.
Oh, they split into... Ooh, okay.
Yeah, imagine seeing that the first time and not knowing it's fucking coming.
You thought you were done with me?
Yep. But it was I, Dio!
Okay, this is like completely off par, but like... Whenever y'all are making those references, are those off like the old JoJo's Misadventures, or is it like the 2012? Because I discovered both of them.
The newer version. There's a guy in there named Dio. I wouldn't know, though. This guy
Well,
is
there's
weird. I will say
Dumb
that
Defender.
much. Yep.
So I'm gonna start calling Kepri the Dumb Defender.
He is a dung beetle.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Interesting attack patterns. Ow! Can't slash you while you're underground.
Like how you can, slash the dung piles though.
Well, they're projectiles. You can slash all projectiles.
Oh.
Okay, so I think I found your shtick. Ow. Use this time to heal. He's always laughing, though. He's having fun.
It's the important part.
Mm-hmm. I might not even have to power up to get this guy down. Da Davinga! Ow.
Super fun mode. Engaged.
Oh, he dodge rolls now. Ugh, that was a little bit too quick. Use this time to heal once again. He really is having fun with this, isn't he? I wonder. For the honor of Hallownest. Huh. Interesting.
Hmm.
Do you have anything else to say? I'm curious now. No, you motherfucker! How dare you?
I just want to read
Let me read your mind! I don't care if I die, I have to know. What is going through the mind of this eccentric... Okay, I lied, I don't want to die. For the honor of the... Oh, this dude is one of the warriors! That's awesome! Oh, I'm glad I did that before I hit him again!
Oh.
Alright, so what do I have? The Defender's Crest. Is that a...
Honor of the Five. What was that? The ones that you like? No, there was a hell of a lot more than five right there, but five of the spirits that you eliminated a lot earlier in the game.
Well, there's your answers right here. Why don't you read that out for the class right here?
Class. Unique charm bestowed by the King of Hallownest to his most loyal knight. Scratched and dirty, but still cared for. Causes the bearer to emit a heroic odor. Okay.
So did you see the lore there?
King of Hallownest has most loyal knights. Hmm.
For the honor of the five. For the kingdom. For the honor of the kingdom. You know, I need to get myself a soundboard so that whenever I do these kinds of things and there's a long silence as you're trying to put the pieces together, I can just play the Jeopardy theme.
Put some cricket noises. Oh, what?
The Jeopardy theme. You know. Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
Jeopardy
dun,
theme.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. That'd be appropriate. Hallownest. Okay, so clarify for me one thing that I must have forgotten. Like, how Hallownest is this entire structure, not just
This entire
that
area
one
is
region, right?
This entire area is known as Hallow's Nest. This is
Okay.
Deep Nest.
Okay, that's what I kept getting mixed up was like, all of Hallownest and then Deep Nest, but okay.
Okay, so I am. Let's see. Have to figure out. Where to go?
So riddle me this. What is a heroic odor?
You'd have to take a look and figure that out. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. So I entered through here. I went. Okay, so that's where I'm at. So I need to go all the way down and then to the right. Just keep going to the right. Alright, cool. Ah! 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 That was close.
Oh, you and your spikes.
Oh! No, this can't be the same area. No, it's not. Ow. Oh. Okay. I really need to figure out how to get the map for this area. Okay, so let's see.
You really want there to be a wall there, don't you?
No, I'm looking at the map and trying to orient myself because I don't have a map for this area.
Mm-hmm.
Dung Defenders area takes me straight out over there. Then, okay, so I need to go back up to the Dung Defenders area and then go down to the left and down. Damn it. Get out of my way. But did you notice something about him whenever we defeated the Dung Defender?
What's that?
He didn't die. Unlike the others, we didn't see him actually die. We just saw him fall into the background.
Yeah, but he erupted into, all those orange bits like some of the bosses have.
Yeah, but he didn't completely dissipate.
Hmm. Do have a point. But at the same time, he is one of the honored
five.
knights of kingdom, so yeah.
All I know
Who
is
says
that
immortality is bound to one person?
well, he's not a worm, is he?
Well, no, but
There's your answer.
well, could that not? Yeah, I guess that doesn't have to be a power that he can bless
turn
others
on
with,
and
shall we
off.
say? Yeah.
Hate these things so much. There. Back to full health. Oh god. Okay. This has to be the area. Yeah. Alright. Oh god, no!
Well, I thought there was gonna be spikes on that other side. It's like the brakes, but no.
Is it here? No, it's not there. Then where is it? Where are you, child? Only those who prove their honor in combat may enter the grove beyond. The defender. Ha ha. Oh!
Good lord.
Do you like that?
Yeah. I took a moment to read what the intro card was, just so that maybe I can, get some more insight onto who we are. And then I just hear this, I'm like, what the fuck?
Clip that. I want to listen to that later.
You always do these things wherever I'm half paying attention, so that doesn't help either.
Wow. That wasn't as challenging as it probably should have been.
Maybe you're just getting a grip on this game.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I hear it. Yzma's Grove. Ooh. Hello? You consumed Yzma's tear. Acid shall be repelled. Swim in acidic waters without coming to any harm. Oh, hell yeah! Taking a
There
dive.
we go.
This is what this game was made for! Alright. Hey, Grub!
So is that null acid, or?
Why don't you take a look for yourself?
Let's see. What was it called? Yzma's Tear?
It just said you can swim in acid. Like, look.
Well,
This is acid down
yeah,
here.
but
See
I
that?
didn't. Okay. I didn't know if it was only pertaining to this, area of things or not.
Well, I mean, I know the perfect place to test it out. Thank you. Oh, what? Oh, you destroyed the egg. Oh, wait, no, I can't. I just can't carry anymore. I don't use them. Like, I know what they're for, but I can't be asked. I honestly can't be bothered to use them. It's like, for me, it doesn't seem like the Geo is really all that useful. Aside from, like, I've already bought pretty much everything from this game that it has to offer. So there really isn't much else for me to obtain using Geo. Everything else is pretty much exploration.
Yeah, it's more like, you know, luxury at this point rather than necessity.
And at this point, it's like I've bought out pretty much all the stores. I even got like a key that gave me some extra shit from one of the shopkeepers, and it's still like some of the stuff he was selling was all right. He had some charms that I wanted to collect just for the sake of collecting them, but other than that, he didn't really have anything that useful. Excuse me. I'm just gonna sit here real quick. So it seems like this Geo, or like losing the Geo, once you get into the mid to the late game, the biggest detriment that comes from dying is just that you don't have as many spells. That seems to be like the only thing.
Wait, Geo doesn't correlate with your spells, does it?
No, but you do lose your soul whenever you die.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you do lose a portion of your soul. These things make disgusting fucking noises.
Usually I'm the one grapping about noises.
I hate this place. I hate this place so much! Oh! Ugh. Get away from me. Get away from me. All of you get away from me.
Don't let me know.
Ow! Fuck off! Ugh! Get away from me.
Lord.
See why I say this place sucks?
Just getting molested in the corner.
They're fucking everywhere here. Oh, get away from me, please. Die.
I asked a simple thing.
Well, it's just that they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere in this place, and I get it. You know, wet area, or parasites. Easy joke or easy thing to say. Hello, Flukeworm. How are you? But it's like it's an easy comparison to make, and it's an easy way to like make them be or make like
Make the level.
Yeah, make a level and make legitimately like kind of creepy enemies. But at the same time, it's like, did it have to be parasites? I hate parasites.
You gotta make you uneasy at some point. This can't be all, you know, sunshine and rainbows.
That was horrifically easy. Wait, no, it's split in half.
Yeah.
What is this? Fluke nest. Living charm born in the gut of a flukeworm transforms the vengeful spirit spell into a horde of volatile baby flukes. What the hell is the vengeful spirit spell? Oh. Oh. That is terrifying.
So like it just sends out like a horde of parasites instead of a bomb, or?
Yep. That is exactly what it does. I'm tempted to test it out, but at the same time, I don't really
It,
want to.
yeah, it sounds disgusting, but immensely interesting at the same time.
Okay, so that's that area explored. What's over here? I'm guessing nothing. 'Cause I'm pretty sure. Ah, fuck you. Pretty sure I've already explored this area. Yep. Literally right back where we started. See, here's the bench.
Hmm.
I lied. There's the bench. That sounds horrifying. I'm gonna go up this way. It's like I want to say there's more around here, mostly because I haven't fucking found the map maker yet. Hello. I see his tracks. Get out of here. Get out of my way. Map maker is close.
I cannot be dealt with right now.
Yep. Okay, he's this way. He's this way. Where? Ah! No.
God, even swim in acid now.
This isn't acid, this is just water.
Oh.
Okay, I get it. This is gonna be a bitch. Get out of my way. Hello, Rancid Egg. Okay.
So do remind me what rancid eggs are even good for. I still
You
don't think I've wrapped my head around that.
You haven't seen them yet because I never use it. Basically what it does is it takes your shade and brings it into, brings it up to the Forgotten Crossroads.
Okay.
Like, I haven't unlocked that area, mostly because I didn't really think it was useful to do, because I played enough Dark Souls to grab my shit.
Yeah. Not be dependent on such things.
Yeah. Wait, I hear something. Oh, it's you. Yeah, I suppose I could use it. Pick me up. So what do you
To
think?
make sure
of
you get to
sewer levels in
Cartographer.
games? Yep. I hear him.
It's something I just get through. Really don't care for sewer levels in games most of the time.
Why not? I thought you said you liked the way this area looked.
I don't know. Like, this game is a little bit different just because it's like a pretty sewer at the same time. Like, what I'm referring to is those games which just make their sewers like, you know, big grunge piles of nothing but filth, and it just doesn't feel good at all, you know?
We were literally fighting a dung beetle over a pile of shit.
Well, yeah, but okay, it's the artistic presentation of everything. Yes, it is, you know.
Pile of shit.
I stand corrected.
Alright, so how much of this place have I actually explored? Oh, all of it. Okay, cool. Well, actually, no, there's one place I haven't explored yet. It's relatively close by. So. I don't know. As far as sewer levels go, I always equate them to water levels, and water levels are never fun. Though, interestingly enough, this one wasn't that long. Like, I came in and it took me like maybe a minute to find where the boss was. And both the boss and the mini-boss, because I found the fluke worm as well.
I was wondering if that was the actual boss of this area, but I didn't think it would be.
No. The real boss in this area was the Dung Defender. Whoa! Excuse me! Okay, so let's see. I'm in the right area. It'll be after this... Yeah, right after here. There's a way up. So where does this go? I'm guessing to the Royal City. Yep. Cool. Up. That's that answer questioned.
Answer questioned.
Yes. I know what I said.
Okay.
Let's see. So we did that. We did. I can probably take this off now. Killed that boss. What else? We went up here and discovered that we have that storyline to hit. We took out Nosk. No, wait, no, that's not Nosk. That's a dream. I need to save that. This is where we fought Nosk. So we take that off. What else is left? We have a couple areas left to explore. We have a little bit of story progression we can do over here. We have the Tournament of Fools, which, fuck you, I'm not doing it. We also have another dream battle we can take on over here. A main battle we can take on right here, and we have Hallownest Crown that I can take you up to. Oh, and we have another boss right here. What do you feel like doing, Dio?
Go up to Hallownest Crown, since you're insistent upon it earlier.
Alrighty.
Or,
Then
yeah, Hallownest Crown.
to Dirtmouth we go by way of King Station. Because fuck you. Men are better. That's why the King Station is located in the absolute middle of butt-fuck nowhere. Ow. Excuse me.
I don't know why, but I'm always tickled whenever somebody describes something as butt fuck nowhere. It's just, I don't know.
You know why it's called butt-fuck nowhere?
Hmm.
Because there's literally nothing to do there except butt-fuck people.
I figured it was something like that, but, you know, I wasn't
Ooh,
100%
actually,
sure.
hold the fuck up. That has my interest. Come here. Not welcome. Kill. Okay. Well, that's that answer questioned. Fuck! Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, I'm really liking this game, honestly. And I am so glad that I chose, or we chose to actually play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Dirtmouth. That's where we're going. So yeah, I have the. We'll go up to Hallownest Crown. I'll show you the whereabouts, and because there's something in there that would actually probably point you in the right direction as to what the villain of this game is.
Okay.
So let's go. So why don't you tell me one more time exactly what you remember from the story of this place?
Okay, so I know that we're like some sort of just knight that's returned from traveling and everything. There's something corrupting this place, hence why everything's so hostile towards us. I know we were speaking about like Moz and their relation to the light and everything, because apparently the light is a bit more of like a hive mind structure, and then darkness kind of attributes itself to independence of thought and action.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I still don't see, like, I know there's a facet of, you know, there being a kingdom and a king and everything, but I don't see how they really, like, intertwine with all the rest of the world. Like, I know they're original power structures, but now that everything's kind of gone into chaos, I don't see how relevant they are anymore.
Well, maybe it's not about how relevant they are now, but how relevant they were then. Think about that. Think about it like that for a second.
Yeah. Okay, so, let's see, there's also the Hollow Knight, which I don't know if you've confirmed or denied this, but it's more, something in my mind alludes to the fact that the Hollow Knight be holding something within in himself, whether it be, darkness or light, I have no idea. But
Okay.
Hollow Knight,
But
there's
we
the
also said that the
worms,
Hollow
which
Knight was encased inside of the Black Egg.
Mhm. Which makes me think that, he has some affiliation with the light nowadays, especially since, it's a dark egg that's keeping him in there.
So what is
What
he
did you say
holding?
those what did you say those three mass deities were? They're like the defenders or something?
They're called the Watchers.
Watchers. Okay, that's a little bit more appropriate. Um
Now, do you remember whenever we first met the Watchers? Or do you not remember back that
Vaguely.
far? Basically what
I remember
happened
meeting them. Hmm.
um, was we defeated someone. I can't remember who. I can't be
Yeah.
asked to remember who. We defeated someone, and immediately after we killed them, the Watcher said, danger to the release, or something like that. And in turn locked you within the dream world. And that's how you found out about what it was.
Oh yeah.
And
I
that's
forgot
where you
about
got the
that.
dream nail and all that.
Hmm.
I feel I'm super close. Yes, I am.
See, that's one thing I find interesting is how, like, yes, they're called the observers, but they're awful
They're called
helpful for just being observers.
well, they're called the Watchers, not observers.
Yeah,
You're thinking of your terrible playthrough.
that's the last game.
So, what do Watchers do? Or what is Watcher synonymous with?
Just, but like I was falsely attributing, kind of observing and just, looking everything over, not really. I don't know. It could be a sort of defender because, watching could also be in, concern for what you're watching over.
Now, remember how they said that you were a danger to the lock? And they're called the Watchers.
Mhm. Okay, so they're probably the ones that encase the Hollow Knight in that black egg.
Mm-hmm. But if the Hollow Knight is being encased, what is he being encased for? He's encased inside of the black egg, which means that he himself has some affiliation with the light, but that's the most we
See,
know.
I'd love to know what the Watcher's uh, affiliation is too, because like I could see him either being,
Well, the
like a
Watchers
source and advocate for the
isn't
light.
one person. The Watchers is
Yeah,
three people. You see these two white heads?
yeah.
And you remember that last one we took out in Deep Nest?
Hmm.
That one in the Deep Nest was called the Beast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
These other two are. This one watches over at the peak, or at the height of the City of Tears, and then this one is in an area we haven't discovered yet, strictly because we haven't
Yeah.
had the ability to discover it yet.
Wasn't it like the beast, the scientist, and like something else?
The Warrior, or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, brought you up to Hollowness Peak. What is up here? What does this look like?
Uh, oh, is this supposed to look like some sort of Moth King, I guess?
I assume so. It looks like a moth and it has a crown. So far as we know, birds aren't a thing in this game.
Yeah.
So it's some sort of moth, definitely. I'm curious to see if there's anything down here. Where did that land me? Oh, literally right here. Okay, well, actually that cuts out a little bit. So, that was at Hollowness Peak, just above the resting grounds. So, it's some sort of king of moths, possibly?
Or would it be the king of all Hallownest?
I don't think so,
Well,
because I
since
think
it's Hallownest Crown.
it's called Hallownest Crown, but the City of Tears is where the king is known to have lived. Wouldn't you think he'd erect a statue of him? Well, no, actually, no. Because we've also seen from a couple of NPCs that the king himself is also very reclusive. Not wanting to really talk with anyone or really, like, show his face. So it wouldn't make sense for him to have a statue of himself.
Well, would that be the reason? Well, I'd love to know whenever he started being so reclusive, because if he, was a moth and the moths were, responsible for everything going awry, then that may be a reason to be reclusive.
Quite possibly. But they never say that there was a point whenever he was open. They always just say that he's reclusive. So that implies that he's always been reclusive. But then again, we also have we know for a fact that the moths had ties to the radiance or the light that has been killing everything here. So, and we know that the king didn't stand for it because he came before the light. So how could he himself be both the good and the evil?
Good point. At the same time, he could be both, I could imagine, because, like, I imagine that we are kind of a somewhat carnation of, both good and evil, or light and dark, however you want to split that apart.
No, they did say we are a being of light, of dark, or of light and void, so it's very possible. Ugh, it's like a fucking truck. Jesus.
To a hit.
Let's go with my full regen build, then, shall we?
While you're messing with this guy, I'm going to take a quick restroom break.
Alrighty. Gives me a chance to focus. convey.
Looks like I came back at the perfect time.
Yep. Took a little bit of focus, but not bad. Alright.
Nice.
So I can take that one off the map. Alright. What have we got left? We got a couple of the dream guys left. We have a piece of story. We have a new area. We have 2 new areas to explore. The world is our oyster. In that case, where are we? We are... What is that? Oh, that's her. The girl who sells us all of our shit. I am up here. Right here. So I can just go back here and teleport down over here and do a little bit of story progression. Alright.
Alright. So going back through some story.
Yeah, we fought a couple bosses. Now time to do some story shit.
Alright.
Put
Sounds
that on,
good.
put that on, put that on, put that on, then put that on. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. This way.
So I have a little bit of a new theory.
Hmm.
Instead of, like, I've been thinking of this in terms of, like, dark and light, but since you said, you know, we're, like, I don't know, somewhat light and void instead of darkness, are we, like, supposed to be, I don't know, somehow consuming the light in the end?
That does make sense. I mean, all light is, or all the void is an absence of light.
Mm-hmm.
So it does stand to reason.
Well, and the Hollow Knight looks like us, I would imagine, too. Maybe it just takes... Like the Hollow Knight had consumed some facet of the light, but I like how he's on the bench.
She.
She-
Oh, and she's blushing. Look at that.
Aww.
Let's see. I believe this is Bretta's house. What does she have? Ooh. Another mask fragment. Alright.
Getting them left and right now.
The White Savior. The maiden woke in darkness. Confused, she reached out. Sharp brambles jabbed at all sides. Burning acid bubbled close below. What nightmare had led her here? What hope of survival remained? Doomed, she thought herself, and to despair she fell, until a light bloomed far in the distance, a bright, glowing spot fast approaching. It swept majestically around thorns. leapt above burning waters, and dove towards the maiden. Coming close, the form revealed at last a beautiful being, sharp horns gleaming white. Arms reached out for the damsel, gathering her up, grip firm. Oh, look, she's even got a little plushie of us.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I would actually love to have a little plushie of the Hollow Knight. I wonder if that's a thing.
Yeah, probably. Let's see, there's supposed to be something below her house, I guess? Maybe it's down here. Let's see.
Yep, you know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
You looked it up, didn't you?
Yep, I was curious. Like, I was, you know, I was sure there was gonna be like either some company put out stuff for this, or like maybe there's like some Etsy sort of shit that somebody put together that they're actually pretty fucking cute.
Of course. The Hollow Knight is fucking adorable. Look at him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there has to be something. I was told there was something below her grave, or below her house, but I don't know how to get to it.
Hmm.
Maybe through here? This definitely looks like it goes below her house. Perhaps I should rock a wiki. Or maybe I'd go in here?
Bapanada.
The young lass returned to us. I must admit, I placed thin odds on her survival. It seems to think very highly of her rescuer, some sort of dashing warrior type. Barely stopped gushing since she got back. The warrior must have passed down below whilst I was taking my nap. Such a shame. I'd have loved to meet so impressive a bug.
Is he just oblivious to the fact that that was us?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't down there, so...
Yeah. Oh, it's my savior, so close.
I just love the
Hollow
fact that I
Knight
can
Chen.
fly now.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. But yeah, what? Oh, can you open that now?
I need a simple key. I mean, I can open it if you like.
Wow.
Because I have the money to, or the guild, Geo, whatever, to... He's gone. What?
I thought you still had the, or had the simple key.
Hello? Hey, little guy, what are you doing down here?
Hmm.
So another would join the group. I have a gift for you, warrior. As a shopkeeper, I admit parting with it for free is rather difficult. But as the great nail sage, I must recognize your skill. You have mastered the arts of my remaining pupil. Oh! Now tradition decrees you may hold the symbol. Wear it proudly now, master. You shall be the last to receive its like. Ooh.
Hmm. What'd that do
Contains the
for you?
passion, skill, and regrets of a nail master. Increases the bearer's nail mastery or mastery of nail arts, allowing them to focus their power faster and unleash arts sooner.
Hmm.
I actually haven't used those very much.
So what are nail arts?
You remember that guy that we met at the very edge of the world? That was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll teach you how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he gave us a skill that if we press and hold square, we can do a slash, or we can do a spin.
Oh. Yeah.
His brother, he actually has two other brothers that give us two other skills. One gives us the spin attack, and the other gives us a dashing slash.
Hmm.
So, that's interesting. I didn't think he would be the nail. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me this tiny ass fly that is smaller than me trained those three? Please tell me he used this giant ass sword. Please.
Oh, I wanted to see images of that. Like, I would make art of that. That tiny little fly with a giant ass nail.
I'll see if you can find some. Sly Hollow Knight. Just look that up and see what you can find.
The humble nail sage.
Ugh. Okay, where was I going? Oh, right, I was going to story. This way. Back to the King Station.
You know,
Huh.
it probably wasn't the best way to word that. The way I phrased it in looking for like some fan art of him with the huge nail is Sly with huge nail.
I figured.
I just get like, this whole sheet of like nothing but porn.
Fly porn, the best porn. Ow. Well, at least you didn't. At least you didn't get Sly Cooper. Wait, no.
Yeah.
I want to go this way. And now I can actually take the quick way over because I have that badge that lets me walk on water. Whoa, whoa. Do you believe that you can
mean
walk
walk
on
through water?
Do you believe that we can win this fight tonight? Ow. Well, with my current skill, no. Ow. Is this the right way? Yes, it is.
But yeah, finishing up my thought of my whole theory right now is maybe like, yes, the Hollow Knight consumes some, but maybe it takes the two of y'all to consume the entirety of it. Maybe.
Well,
Just to finish up that thought, since the grub kind of distracted me.
it definitely is an interesting thesis. I don't know about its credibility, but... Well, I mean, if it... What?
It looks awesome. Him with the big nail. It's not like,
Official
I don't know.
art.
It is disproportional. I don't know if this is official art. It's off of Tumblr,
highly
so I
doubt
imagine
it's
not,
official
but
art. Yeah, especially if it came off Tumblr.
yeah. it's still cute. It's not like, horrendously big, but it's still like it puts the point across. I'll send it to you here in a second.
So you'd pursue
And
the
yet we
demon
meet
truth.
again.
It isn't one the weak could bear. Do I look weak to you, bitch? Prove yourself ready to face it. I'll not hold back. My needle is lethal, and I'd feel no sadness in a weakling's demise. Joke's on you! I can't die! Show me you can accept the kingdom's past and claim responsibility for its future.
Oh. Joke's on you too, I already know your moveset.
Yep, she's just much faster.
Yeah.
Ow. Ugh. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Did you just guard?
Well, I mean, you can parry. Why can't she?
No, she just straight up guarded.
Oh.
Okay. Whew. 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 Ugh. Okay. More DPS and quick. Let's see. So let's take off Sprint Master and these two since they're my exploratory things, and put on Quick Focus. Take off Dash Master. Ah, fuck. Oh, take off Mark of Pride. Quick Slash and Long Nail.
Pride before a fall.
Well, I mean, I could put on the Mark of Pride if I really wanted to, but... let's see. This way. How dare you stand where he stood? So what do you think of Hornet?
She's obviously some like facet of the kingdom, whether she be like a warrior of the kingdom or something, or else she wouldn't be so concerned about, testing your will to, I don't know if take over is the right word, but take some form of responsibility. She like sees herself as I don't know, kind of a model of what a knight needs to be almost. Is kind of what I'm getting from that last piece of dialogue.
Oh, fuck off. Two, three. Fuck off. Ah! Interesting, interesting, interesting. Huh?
I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, okay. Second verse, same as the first.
That's also Irish.
Do what?
Just every time I hear that turn of phrase, I think of oh, Helsing Bridge.
Oh. Did you see the new episode?
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that, but I keep forgetting to check for it.
It just came out.
Well, in that case, I most definitely have it. Yeah, last night I was too busy watching deep web browsing.
I got you hooked on that, huh?
Yep, but I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna delve into what some of this guy does, and pretty good, pretty good. I like his, his whole little schmick.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I also like that he actually, yes, of course you have to have the Tor browser to go to all that, but at the same time he is precautious and does it all in a Linux VM and everything. So,
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. Whenever she moves in close, she's usually going, ah! For that. Ah! Fuck you. Oi. Oy vey. I didn't practice this one mostly because storyline or plot, I don't want you to miss it.
mm-hmm.
So, but her patterns are pretty much the same as whenever you first fought her. The only issue is that now it's like she's much faster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having issues compensating.
Well, did she have those, like, not projectiles, but just those
She didn't have them
things
first fight.
sitting out
No.
in the open? Okay. Didn't remember seeing those. I was like, hey, that's new.
Ugh. Ah. I just hate that she also has a hitbox. Ugh. Out of my face! Oh, duh. Alright. I'm on. I've been doing well on the bosses so far. Ah. Oh, fuck off! Ugh.
Dove straight into you that time.
Yep. It's her AoE that I can't really get a beat on. I went the wrong way. You know what? I'm gonna go and rest. There's no reason for me to have taken damage there. Ugh. Oh, fuck off! Ugh.
I would say that that bug sleeping in the hammock is cute, but I imagine that he's dead.
No, I'm just here watching the fight. Don't mind me. Don't you have somewhere else to go be stupid? None till 4. It's my favorite quote from SpongeBob. You got a kick out of that one, didn't you?
It's just like, I don't know why, but like SpongeBob brings up so many memories. It's like one of those things that, you know, like I didn't get half of those jokes whenever I was a kid, but like wherever y'all bring it up, I
makes
like, you know,
sense.
get the joke and remember it. I'm like, that was funny, you know?
Ugh. Down, girl. Ah. It's that quick dash bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Actually, what do I have equipped? Let me try something else. There we go. Let's see how this works out. Might be a little bit extra, the extra tick of DPS that I'm missing. How much payload do I have, by the way? 2. Ugh. Ugh. Get off my face!
Your main problem is you just can't get away from her.
Yep. Ugh. There we go. 2, 3. Immediately move from where I was. There we go. Fuck you. You're so strong.
Nice.
You could do it if you had the will. But could you raise your nail once knowing its tragic conception and knowing yourself? Then do it, Ghost of Hollow Nest. Head onward. Burn that mark upon your shell and claim yourself as king. So I wonder what she's unlocked. Cast off shell. Ting. You are marked by the king's brand. Hollow Nest shall recognize a new ruler. The kingdom's gates will open. Ooh. Oh, I know where that unlocked. Oh, this place is crumbling. Okay.
Oh,
Huh. And she's gone. Just like that.
thanks, I guess.
I didn't need your help getting out of that. I'm a Hollow Knight. I would have done perfectly fine by myself.
Fuck you, I'm the new king.
Half a second later, Hornet, protect your king! No, I don't want the long nail. I want the Mark of Pride. Yeah. Okay, so King's Brand. Where is it? I've gotten quite a few collectibles. Ancient places shall open before it. So based off of that little simple phrasing, what area do you think would have the new place you can go to with this?
Well, ancient places, I imagine it's something down in the bottom of the map, Deep Nest or whatever.
Close, but not the right area.
There's Deep Nest, there's... Is it called the Abyss, or do I keep calling it the Abyss?
You keep calling it the Abyss. That's not what it's called.
Look at it.
The name is literally in that description. Well, half of it.
Ancient Basin, there we go. I thought you explored all the Ancient Basin, though.
Nope. Not all of it. There's a whole area, there's a whole half of this place that I haven't explored yet.
Huh.
Like, let's see. How many areas did we say there were?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 15.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 3 areas left to visit.
Okay.
And one of them is going to take a while to grind to. So in the meantime, we're going to go to the Fungal Wastes. Fastest way over there would be to go back to the King's Station. Now that we're finally able to walk on acid, we can get there.
Makes it a lot easier.
Well, we can actually get there now.
Yeah, this is true. I forgot that was like completely blocked off by it.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I don't think I ever took you into that particular entrance.
I could have sworn we've been by there.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know where I've been with you and where I've been by myself anymore.
It's all melded together now.
Yep. Ow. I just finished a fight with Hornet. You think you really scare me? Okay. Sit here. And over to our journey to the Fungal Wastes, which would be the Queen Station. Well, actually, now I don't know which would be closer. Okay. Map. Fungal Wastes. Actually, yeah, both areas are probably about the same length, same distance away. Sit here for now.
It's just a matter of preference at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, just heading up and to the right. Don't you love the fact that we've been playing this game or I've been playing this game for about 30 hours now, and there's still stuff in old areas that I'm going back to get?
It is very deep, and I can really appreciate that. Like, I don't know if it's just my mind, but in my mind, I always like have low expectations for indie games to start with all the time, and then whenever they like deliver as much as this has, it's very, very nice.
Well, it's unexpected because you don't really think about indie games like this having like deep story elements and shit like that, and also having like,
Yeah.
well put together thought lines. Because it's literally just a group of people getting together and making a game.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
Yeah, that and you never know like how much funding they actually got, so maybe they couldn't put all this in there, but apparently they,
Well,
had all the resources they needed to some degree.
This actually started off as a Kickstarter, believe it or not.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
You will not stop me. You will not stop me. Neither will you. Or you. I survived, bitches. Is that all this leads me to? Seriously? It's Fog Canyon. More Fog Canyon. I don't think I can even go anywhere in here. Ow!
Jellyfishing.
Ow! Fuck off. Okay, let's go over here and see what's over here. No. What the Oh, it was a jellyfish hiding behind the fucking vine. That's cheap. That's just cheap.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Ugh, it's that kind of bullshit that I don't like.
That you don't care for?
Not particularly, because it was literally something that I didn't have a chance to avoid.
Yeah, this is
I
true.
would have just had to know it was there. Blast off! Boop. Remember whenever traversing through a place like this would have taken us forever?
Abilities really do help.
Mm-hmm. It's this kind of shit that I really enjoy about like these kinds of games, is that it's like, yes, I'm going through the same area, but it's not going to take me like 20 minutes to get from point A to point B like it did whenever I first started playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a bench up here. Over this way, right here. Nah, I don't want to buy anything from you. Actually, now that I think about it, I have the dream nail, and I haven't seen you in forever. What do you have to say, fella? I'll make more, and they'll give me more geo. If someone comes by, they have to give me their geo. If you have enough geo, you become a king. When I get enough geo, I'll become a king. I don't think that's how hierarchies work, man. Or monarchies.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if you buy enough land, you can just kind of
Crown yourself the king.
deign yourself the king. Yeah. Now, whether you'd have resources in said kingdom, a whole nother question. But I guess if you have enough currency, then by all means.
If you have enough currency, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Still like those things, do you?
Eh,
Which ones am I
they're
missing?
kind of cute, but they seem like they're more of an annoyance than anything.
They're literally just there to fuck with your groove.
Yeah. I still equate those things to gas just because they look like them.
Oh, okay, that was all of them. So, what do you have to say, tree friend? Misted caverns, noxious spores, teacher.
Hmm.
Teacher, huh? Get out of my way. Boop. And we go this
We're
way.
looking forward to even more skills.
Ow! What the fuck? Just threw it back
That
at me.
was- Yeah. It's like slap him across the screen. He's like, "There you go."
Ow! What the fuck exploded?
I think some of those things have like explosive cores, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it's these orange ones. You see? See how this one's orange?
Yeah.
And like these
Yeah.
ones over here weren't? Drained. Tired. Okay, I'm gonna heal up a bit before I go to the next area.
In case of any more hidden jellies.
Yeah. Because I have not explored this area at all. Because until this point in time, I wasn't able to get like this far into this grove because I didn't get Isma's tier before now.
Mhm.
Not even in my singular playthrough. Oh, okay. Hey, Cornifer! Did you see the dark gate below? It's quite unsettling to be near. I did my best to avoid it. Fortunate for me, I found another route in, though I did end up a little singed after wading through some acid. Oh, come on! I'm literally your only customer.
Paraphrasing that, I'd give it to you for free, but my wife would bitch at me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Where is my... Has to be in here somewhere. Don't touch that. I didn't come this way last time. Fuck you! I didn't come this way last time, so where did I go? Did I go down to the bottom?
Mm.
Oh, I am at the bottom.
Yeah, I was about to say, fallen quite a ways to be here.
Ow. Yes, I did go to the bottom. Ow. Fuck off. Ow! Son of a bitch. Thank you. Get out of here. Well, there goes all that geo. Oh wait, no, it did. It killed it, and it didn't, and gave me it back right as I died. Ugh. Oh well. At least now I know where to go.
Yeah.
You don't scare me. Neither does your brother Jerry up here. The oh so dangerous Jerry.
Jerry the floating monstrosity.
Is he supposed to be like? Is it supposed to be like a spore or something?
What, the floating ones?
Yeah. The little ones.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. They do kind of look old. Or just things or something else. They do look all kind of musty and grown over, so maybe they are supposed to be like some sort of spore.
Ugh. Kinda want to pull out 150 geo from the bank, but at the same time I don't. Hey, Quirrell! I haven't seen you in forever! Doesn't this kingdom just abound with surprises, a building atop an acid lake? Despite the sight, I can't help but feel familiarity. Something stirs in my mind, though I can't yet tell what. I'd thought it my lust for discovery that led me here, but now there seems to be something else. This building beckons me. What do your thoughts say, Quirrell? Who are you that leads me to this place? Well, that's kind of dull. Grub! Oh. Where are you? Where are you? I hear you. You're in here somewhere. I know it. The question is, how do I get to you? Haha! I'm a genius!
That was
Teacher's
interesting.
Archives. How so? Would you have
That would
thought of
just
that?
sound. I probably would have just stumbled across it after like flying across that canyon so many times.
Okay, so what is in here?
You found the evil laboratory.
In Dexter's lab. Ow. Dexter's lab hurts! Bam. I'm a genius. What's up here? Is this literally just the bottom of where I came from?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's something I can read up there. Get out of my way. Ow!
Come my way. I have a lore to find.
Eh. The fuck? Their yoke Abba essence outer shell o gate contain. Lightum vesselum egum seal their withdraw exterior o seal within dreamer.
Twixt a twixt.
Their yoke absence outer shell gate contain. Absence outer shell gate contain. Light vessel seal there and withdraw the exterior seal within the dreamer. Withdraw the seal within the dreamer. Absence of outer shell. Shell absence void? He's containing the light. And the light is... What, is this like some sort of double-tiered fucking jail cell? Or are you following me on this, Dio?
Yeah.
So it's like the light is... Whatever this light radiance thing is being held inside of the knight, who is being held inside of the egg, who is being watched over by the... who is being concealed and held out by the dreamers, or the watchers.
So it's like hidden in the dream realm as well.
Mm-hmm. Contain light, their dream ungrowth contain. So them staying asleep means that the light doesn't spread. Okay, so I've already been through here. Fuck it. And across. This is a boss arena, isn't it? How did I fucking know? Umu!
Just a wide open space.
Ow. Is this fucking chasing me with lightning?
Well, it looks like it's like a chain arc.
Hey, Quirrell!
What? Oh. Well, that was cool.
Huh, okay. That's cool. It's helping me in the fight. That's awesome. Down we go.
Is it because you talk to him, or like no? Because you always talk to him wherever you find him.
Maybe because I led him here.
Maybe.
Come here. Become one with your master once again. So I'm gonna need mobility for this fight. So I don't think I'll be able to hit him unless Quirrell hits him first, because I wasn't doing any damage the first time. So it's just one large game of avoidance. Hey, Quirrell! What is he speaking? Spanish? I'm trying to keep close to him for that. What language do you think he's speaking?
Probably the language that everybody else is, because you notice a lot of dialogue kind of starts out with like a rubber, you know, like they're speaking the adult Peanuts language.
Either way, I was taking a hit there. Alright. Unless I get hit by the fucking thing itself. Damn it! Ugh. It's literally just one giant game of avoidance.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if you can only do damage whenever he like triples
That's
it.
literally what I just said.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. I don't expect you to pay attention.
I was apparently just not to that.
Yeah, okay. Nah, there's nothing I can really put on myself to improve that, in all honesty. I just have to keep more, or a better eye on my positioning. Use the walls to bounce off rather than try to change directions.
Could you imagine trying to do this without your acid perk?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can't really get to this place without the acid perk.
True.
He definitely sounds a lot younger than I imagined him to sound. And I'm only gonna get one hit off that. God. Duh. Only 2 hits. Fuck this. Ah.
I feel like this may be a good Mark McBride situation.
No, it's literally just the fact that I'm not in the right position at the right time.
True.
Because, see, there I was able to get 3 hits. Ah! Fuck off! Why is he able to get so many hits on me?
I feel like the spawn rate of the electric parts of this map kind of speed up just a hair.
This is definitely not an area I want to be in for that. Ah! I think I know a build that'll help. Let's go to my full regen build. Soul Eater, Quick Focus, and Grub Song. I do like I do like this. This is the first fight we've had where we've actually had someone helping us.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice touch to this one.
Alright. Alright, you bitch. Let's do this again. See, that gave me 2 good heals off of it. Ugh. It's all about not staying in the same place too long. Kassa! There we go, called it. Yeah, no, see, I don't really have to worry about health in this one, or as badly as I did before.
Yeah.
Kassa! Kassa. See, I'm getting to the point where I can judge it now.
Yeah.
Not paying attention. Kassa. And I'm not going to be able to capitalize at all on that one. Fuck me. There we go. Okay, so what now? I guess it lets me go down here. You say.
Oh, there we go. Oh, good lord.
What?
Just these gerbled words, these kind of make my head hurt to read.
King light growth in kind flow, all think and field. Old light essence dream ungrowth, end think king light, old light, them kin. King light. So king light was a growth and let everybody think, whereas the old light essence and the dream made them ungrow and stop thinking. The king light and the old light, them kin. I'm gonna see if you can figure this one out. Because I think I got it.
Okay, and think king lights. Okay, so like king light is, it's saying that it's related to thinking and growth. Oh, wait. Low. Okay, so old light, essence, and dreamer ungrowth. And think king.
Can you tell the two things that they're talking about here?
So obviously the like old and dark would be king light since they, have attributes of growth and thinking and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, with it being an old light, why would the essence and the dream be ungrowth? Oh, this isn't light and dark at all. This is just okay. And think.
This is talking about. Actually, no. I'm gonna give you a couple more minutes on it. We're going a little bit over time for this because I think I
Okay.
got it, but I want to see if you can think the same thing I'm thinking.
What's really throwing me off is them kin. I assume that that's, attributing a relation to something, but
Well, what do you think the first line is? Kinglight and growth in kind flow all think and field. Because these are all three separate lines that tell three separate things.
oh, okay. So like old light, essence, dream, ungrowth.
The first two are talking about one particular thing, are talking about two different things. And the last
Mm-hmm.
one is talking about the correlation between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the two things that they're talking about in the first two lines?
Well, the first one's okay. So king light has growth, thinking, and everything. I don't know. It's like it almost says that they're both canceled out by each other or something because
Nope.
hmm.
The first line, king line am growth in kind flow all think and field, is talking about the
Mm-hmm.
king. The king stood for growth and stood for everybody gaining these sentient minds.
Mm-hmm.
Old light am essence am dream and growth and think. Oh, and
So
or
that's
no,
the moth light.
that's the radiance, the light that they're
Radiance.
talking about.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though: old light,
Mm-hmm.
king light. We know that the king came in and made this place a beautiful country, or turned this place into a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful utopia with bugs who had intelligence. But what's missing from his name, king light, that old light has.
Hmm.
It's the fact that old light is actually saying that it's old. So old light came before the king. Because before the
Okay.
king, nobody was able to think for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was already enveloped by this light, this radiance, and the king came in and gave everybody free thought. And the thing
But
that
the king came from the old light from this statement, correct?
no, they're
Oh.
both ascended worms. King
Oh.
light such old or king light ch old light them kin means that they're the same. They're not necessarily like family, but they're
Mm-hmm.
akin to each other. So
Okay.
king light, in reference to the king, was a god that became something greater, just like the radiance. He just came after the light. I don't know whether to call it the light or the radiance. I'm gonna go with the radiance because that actually just sounds cooler.
Yeah.
He came after the old light had already ascended, and basically took the kingdom from the old light, and made everybody think again. and then the
Oh,
radiance
so everything's ebbing back into that flow.
ebbing back into that light. So the king, in a sense, was basically like someone who offered something new to the people, but the old light, the old king, didn't like that. So it did something about it. I think we're
I feel
slowly...
like this is
Hmm?
this is very like treading on Dark Souls territory of, reigniting the flame and everything.
Well, this game was inspired by Dark Souls.
Yeah. I just get that vibe from the fact that from that, first there was the light and then there was the king that subdued the light. It's almost like the opposite of, rekindling the flame.
Think, flow, dream. They contain the dream within, or they contain the light within the dreams. But if the light were to become uncontained, the ungrowth that it makes, the hive mind, would destroy all the life that there is here.
Hmm.
You know, for a literary major, you really don't seem to know too much, or be able to put the pieces together.
I think it's the game mechanic that, like, I don't know. I guess it's just everything wrapped up in, like, dialogues and everything, because that is one thing that I struggle immensely with is stuff like, anything written in a play style. What's up?
I can hit this thing.
Hmm.
Hello.
Hmm. Okay.
I wonder if it'll break. Let's see.
Can you, like, hit it from the top down?
Something glows within the tank. Hey, Coral. What's up? Did she call you too then? I realize it's no coincidence we arrived together. Though many of my memories blank, this place I recall. With these chambers, the teacher sought to store the kingdom's knowledge, and at its core, she stored herself. Save Hallownest, the teacher willingly became a seal. Upon herself, she enacted an additional protection. Though I cannot recall its happening, I played a part in that feat. She called me here now, to reverse that protection, all in aid of you. Ooh, whoa! Do not hesitate. The choice to reform was hers, not mine. She knows what you do, what you would do, and seems to welcome it. To think such a small creature would bear this kingdom's fate. Figure sleeps within the tank.
Nobody really seems to have much faith in you.
Well, it's more they're surprised by who it is. Hey! Pup. For diversity, a seal. A world forever unchanging. The seals must break. Forever. Forever. Better an end. Better an end. Better an end. Okay, I think that's the end of her dialogue.
Okay. Ooh.
Thus we caught ourselves another dreamer, another watcher. So the beast and the teacher are gone. Who's left?
Oh, so that's that one thing that I was ascribing to by meaning teacher.
Madam's life is extinguished, and with it her seal breaks. It's a heavy thing you attempt, but I've seen your prowess up close, and she too believed you capable. Be on your journey then, and allow me rest a time. With the deed complete, I begin to feel my age. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, this has been a fun ride, hasn't it? Discovered so many things.
But yeah, like I was explaining, like anything in a playwright format, and I think with the like gaming aspect of it, coupled with the story, I really do struggle like putting two and two together on the spot.
When threatened, they cluster together, generating electricity. Just about peacefully, but sometimes they cluster together and spit out sharp, crackling flash that will stun and burn even large beasts like myself. Watch closely for no pain past the boundary. So even this dude's like, nah, I don't want to fucking fight these things. Of absence, their abundance, shell, outer, inner place. In absence, their void, liquid substance. Weave absence, inner shell, outer, their matter, pure. Void vessel, absence, all outer contain. Of absence, their abundance. Shell. Of absence, their abundance, shell. Outer or inner place. Abundant absence in and out of their shell. Place in the absence of void, liquid substance. And weave the absence of the inner and outer shell.
Okay, so let's see. Abundance.
An abundance of...
Okay, I can't break this down like 100%, but I think the gist of it would be that with the shell and the void combines, you're, I don't know, I guess to go with the name hollow. Hence, abscess all outer contain.
But what's the point of being hollow?
Well, that's to consume the lights, maybe? Or radiance?
Which means there's actually 3 separate types of substance in this world. Void,
The
liquid
radiance,
substance,
void.
radiance, void, and soul. Soul that is contained in every living being and is made of a white liquid substance. Void, which we've seen on the Hollow Knight, which would be a black liquid substance. And then radiance, which is like a clear air type of thing. So,
Well, I would say it'd be like almost following solid liquid gas, but well, it could be solid liquid gas because uh, the radiance, well, essence, since it's white, can be formed into what I assume is your mask or shell rather. So that could be the solid, and then void is your liquid, and then radiance as a gas.
I don't think so, though, because whenever we actually do use soul, Whenever we use soul to like cast spells and things like that, it always has like this drip effect to it. Even whenever you
But would
sleep.
that be what's
Hmm?
would that be what's special about you? Is it's condensed into your shell?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think soul is anywhere involved within us.
Hmm.
I think what this is meaning is that we are a void-based creature that was made purely absent, like devoid of
Okay, and
everything,
then
which would explain why we
yeah,
have no memories, why we can't speak, why we don't have why our mask doesn't show any real emotion.
yeah. And then the mask is kind of, since you don't have any essence about you, the mask is kind of uh
No, it's not a mask. It's a shell.
shell is your component
Shell.
of using essence in your ways.
No, it's not used. It's not to use essence. It's to contain
Mhm.
essence.
Yeah, but it's used as well through your abilities, isn't
No,
it?
you're thinking of soul.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking soul. Never mind.
We are made. We were made for the pure purpose of containing the light, and we were made out of the one thing that counters light, which is the void.
Void.
We were comprised of this shell. The question is, how could the shell come into play? Because void has no life. The radiance feeds off of life. So what gave us our soul-esque shell? The rabbit hole goes deeper. I don't think we'll find the answer on this. But at
Yeah.
least that does answer a question of exactly what we're doing here.
It does
We
say shell is pure to the void, so maybe it is another part of the void? I don't
it's
know.
talking about pure void. If you replace
Oh.
look at this text again and replace
Hmm.
absence with void and replace void with
Hmm.
absence. Of void their abundance. Shell, outer, o inner place in void their absence of liquid substance. Absence of liquid substance being soul. We weave
Hmm.
a void from inner of outer shell, their mater shall peer an absent vessel. The void shall all outer contain.
Okay.
So you gotta play around with things like this whenever you're trying to decipher this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And see, and that's one of the things that I learned whenever it came to this kind of stuff is that whenever there's words that mean essentially the same thing, if you
Hmm.
flip them in the sentences or
Hmm.
whatever passage they're being read in, it starts to make a
Yeah.
lot more sense. So they made a vessel out of void that was completely absent of substance, both in and out, in order to
Hmm.
contain the radiance. So our sole objective is to take over, is to break the seal, kill the Watchers, break the seal, and free the Hollow Knight and take his place.
Hmm.
But the question is why? If the Hollow Knight and us are essentially the same deity, why would we need to replace him?
Well, I mean, since he's sealed away, there's obviously some way he's become corrupted or invalidated in some way.
But if we are the same creature, if we're the same creature, that just means that we're going to have the same issues. But at the same time, we saw a whole bunch of knights just like ourselves that weren't, like, taken over by the void. That were killed down here. So then, what makes us so special?
I kind of want to put this all in a sort of cycle context where, every once in a while there like they're obviously more hollow. I guess you could say Hollow Knights than us, but uh,
Then
it's
why
like a
hasn't anybody
cycle
said
that
it?
one contains one after another, and this is just like a trial to make sure that you can withhold the radiance.
Well, think about it like this: if that was the case, then why hasn't anybody told us like specifically what we're supposed to do?
True.
Like, you know how in Dark Souls they're very explanatory about, you have to relink the flame, you have to do this. This is the only way to make things work.
Hmm.
Why hasn't anybody told us that our job is to take over the Hollow Knight's place?
True.
If everybody knew what you were supposed to be doing, they'd be telling you what to do.
Hmm.
So that's what makes me believe that this isn't like this literally is the first time this has happened.
Hmm.
But that doesn't explain why there's other knights just like us wandering around. What if the reason why we're replacing the Hollow Knight was because he isn't perfect? Like, think about it. What they were saying, what it was talking about was it was talking about creating a vessel that was completely devoid, that was completely absent, void of everything. What if he wasn't
Hmm.
void of everything?
That could
And
be
the
true.
one little shard of whatever he had that was enough for this light to find a crack in the armor and start breaking out.
Mhm. Oh, so could that be where the infection kind of intertwines with all this, maybe? I don't know.
This unthink, all think and unthink.
Mhm.
The big grubble worm said that the light likes to unify minds, but with that comes loss of self-thought. What if he wanted to create a what if the Hollow Knight was created to be completely devoid of thought, completely devoid of emotion, but somehow he had emotions, or he
Was
found out he had emotions.
Yeah, was kind of brought into actual feeling.
Hmm.
Huh. Well, and then that makes me question what he would feel about if that were the case.
We'd have to know more about how he was created to know that for sure.
Yeah, this is true.
That
Damn, I
hasn't
love how
changed.
much of a puzzle this game is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, how many essence am I at? I still need 1,300. You know what? Tomorrow we're gonna go on a dreamer chase and kill some of the dreamers because I know they give radiance. And see how much we
Okay.
can get off that. Start climbing our way up to 1,800 and then go visit the Moth Lady.
Okay.
Ugh.
And what are you sitting at now? Like 600 essence?
A little over 500, I believe. Yeah,
Oof.
almost 600. So I've got about 1,200 left to go. Which
Okay.
I believe the bosses should give a significant amount. And I know where a good amount of them are, so. Let's see. I wanted to save. Quit the menu. This story is ending up to be very, very interesting for you, isn't it?
Hmm.
Especially being able to figure it out.
Yeah, like I say, whenever stuff is written in play-like style like this on top of the gaming platform, it's just like a whole new level of trying to
Understand.
decipher these without being able to like go back and read over, what was meant.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So we've gotten Hera the Beast, Monomon the Teacher, Lurien the Watcher is the last one we have to get.
Wait, we just got the teacher, didn't we?
Yeah, we just got the teacher. The only one we're missing now
Yeah, yeah.
is the last one, the Watcher, which is in the
Okay.
City of Tears. After we get her, we can start doing the Dream Chase. So tomorrow we'll go in and get her, and then we'll start fighting the Dreamers and start working our way up to 1800 Essence. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen the entirety of the Hollow Knight lore, but I did want to get the best ending possible, so I spoiled myself to an extent, just enough to figure out where I'm supposed to go. I didn't read into any of the lore or anything. I just figured out what I need to do. And the biggest step is that I need 1800 Essence, because there's an area in this game that we're not going to be able to get to without it, and we need a very specific item in that area to get the ending.
Okay. Well, I shall look forward to seeing the new areas.
Yeah. For the two people that just dropped in, I'm sorry. You guys came in like literally at the very ass end of the stream. But if you want to see us tomorrow, we're going to be going into the City of Tears to take out the Watcher. Tune in at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be picking up from there. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Dio.